It looks like we made it. Hey, it's never been more fun to see protesters in my life. It just makes you feel like you really are doing something right. Right? It makes you feel good that you're doing something great. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta. This first hymn we're singing is so perfect for this morning, and it is 101 years old. Please rise in body or in spirit. This is the first hymn in our hymnal, May Nothing Evil Cross This Door. May nothing evil cross this door, and may ill fortune never pry about these windows. May the roar and rain go by. By faith made strong, these rafters will withstand the battering of the storm. This heart, though all the world grow chill, will keep you warm. Peace shall walk softly through these rooms, touching our lips with holy wine, till every casual corner blooms into a shrine. With laughter drown the raucous shout, and though these sheltering walls are thin, may they be strong to keep hate out and all love in. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind, should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and put your hand in mine. We'll take a deep draught of goodwill for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, for old lang syne.
Good morning. Happy New Year. You are in the middle section. I think there's been an invitation to kind of scooch in so that folks who are coming can sit on the ends as folks enter. I think some people are still hanging out outside, which is great, and will be coming in, so maybe make some room. Well, welcome. I am feeling called to break out into every protest song I know, but I do know what it is like to live faith under fire, and it's a great feeling. And I'm so glad that you are here, that we are on the map, that we are doing some things right. It's a great day to be a Unitarian Universalist, amen? Yes. Well, welcome. I'm Reverend Taryn Strauss, Senior Minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, where we are so happy to be your New Year's resolution. We are so glad you have joined us this morning for our shared mission of transforming lives through courageous action and soulful connection. And so we see this is one of those moments that may call us to courageous action. Yes? This is one of those moments that may call us also to soulful connection. And when we are talking about transforming lives, we're talking about your lives. Everyone's lives, their lives, right? All people's lives. This is the work of transformation. It is holy and sacred work. And this is what we begin with today in this new year. This congregation is an eclectic mix of diverse beliefs about God or not God, folks who honor the natural rhythms of the earth as sacred, folks who, seekers who ask thick questions, big questions about origins of life, about possible endings to life as we know it. This is a place for lovers who work for justice and equity as a sacred act of faith in the human story. And when I was very, very recently asked, where even are your Bibles? I answered, they're around. Also here. But I want you to hear and to know that we honor you as a part of our sacred story here at UUCA. And this is a religious community that honors your gender identity and your sexual identity as sacred to who you are. And we love you for it. This is a faith community made up of bodies that are elderly and feisty, young and sleepy, big and beautiful, non-binary and so lovable, black and beautiful, indigenous and precious, people of color and white people, all celebrated, welcomed as part of the true beauty that is the sacred web of life that connects us all. And at this turn of the wheel, I want you to hear and to know that if this is your 100th Sunday or your first Sunday with us, we believe in you. We believe in you here, wherever you are on your journey. And we are so deeply glad you are with us today in 2024. And I would like to welcome Liebs Honeycutt, a UUCA board member, to light our chalice this morning. Please join me in the words we say every Sunday to light the flame that carries our faith and our spirit forward. Let us say that, may the light of this flame illuminate our tradition of seeking, ignite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
Our story this morning is by one of my favorite duos, Susan Verde and Peter H. Reynolds. It is Who I Am, words I tell myself. Sometimes, when I find myself struggling or feeling down and discouraged, my mind tells me words that are not loving and kind. These words can get loud. They can make me think, for just a moment, there is something missing in me, something wrong with me, that I am those words. But these words are not what is true, are not my potential, not my greatness. Instead of believing them, I can pause and breathe deeply and take the time to find my own words that are true. And when I say them to myself, the other voice gets quiet, and I hear only me, taking care of me, loving me. It's with these words that I am describing the real me. With these words, I know who I am. When I have feelings of sadness or anger or worry, my mind might tell me that it's wrong to have those feelings. But I can tell myself, I am human. I am allowed to feel. I am supposed to feel. My mind might tell me, don't share your worries. But I can tell myself, everyone has worries, and they are okay to talk about. My mind might tell me, I will always feel this way. But I can tell myself, this feeling will pass. Nothing is forever. My mind might tell me, I shouldn't make a mistake. But I can tell myself, I am always learning. Mistakes are how I grow. My mind might tell me, I failed. But I can tell myself, I am brave. I have the courage to try. There is no such thing as failure. I just haven't gotten there yet. My mind might tell me, I can't. But I tell myself, yes, I can. When the unkind voice gets loud and I feel down, I can tell myself, I am enough. In this world, I matter. I can tell myself, I am unique. That's what makes me beautiful and miraculous. I can tell myself, I am thoughtfulness. My heart is full of compassion. I can tell myself, I am kindness. I make a difference. I can silence the voice that is not the truth, anytime, anywhere, when I speak to myself with encouragement and love. These are the words that are the real me. This is who I am. All of us can choose the words we tell ourselves. We can pick the ones that remind us of our own goodness and our effort and our importance. These are the words that are the real us. And when we use them, we know this is who we are. Such a good story, yeah? Such a good story. So I would like to invite the members of our Board of Trustees to the chancel this morning. They are going to start off our new year and lead us in the movement prayer. And so we invite you to rise as you are willing and able and join us. First, we bow to honor the Spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of Spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present, honor, embrace, gratitude, share, be present. Amen. Blessed be. So at this time, we would like to invite our children 3rd grade and under to join preschool or their creative workshop for the morning. And the location for these is just down the hall on the 1st floor. And so as our children recess, we invite you to greet your neighbor, especially someone you have not met.
And a man said, "Speak to us of self-knowledge." And the prophet answered, saying, "Your hearts know in silence the secrets of the days and the nights, but your ears thirst for the sound of your heart's knowledge. You know in words that which you have always known in thought. You would touch with your fingers the naked body of your dreams, and it is well you should. The hidden wellspring of your soul must needs rise and run, murmuring to the sea, and the treasure of your infinite depths would be revealed to your eyes. But let there be no scales to weigh your unknown treasure, and seek not the depths of your knowledge with staff or sounding line, for self is a sea, boundless and measureless. Say not, I have found the truth, but rather, I have found a truth. Say not, I have found the path of the soul. Say rather, I have met the soul, walking upon my path. For the soul walks all paths. The soul walks not upon a line, neither does it grow like a reed. The soul unfolds itself like a lotus of countless petals.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise
let us put hands upon hearts and feel the heartbeat, connection to life. Breathe in peace. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal this world. At this time, we hear joys and sorrows of this congregation. Mary Callie Laxton's beloved niece, Cherie Federico of Atlanta, died suddenly on December 20th. It was very unexpected and a terrible shock to the family. Cherie was a beautiful person and will be greatly missed. Mary Callie appreciates your cards of comfort and support during this difficult time. Mary Callie is always with us online every Sunday. We send our love out to Ellen Beatty, whose brother, Ned Beatty, died suddenly on January 2nd, following a short bout with a rare, devastating illness. Ned was a gifted geologist who most recently worked on pioneering new methods for extracting lithium. He was a devoted and deeply caring father, brother, uncle, and son. Ellen appreciates you holding her family in your thoughts and your prayers. Cards and emails of comfort and support are welcome during this time. We wrap in our prayers and in our hearts all who are still in the throes of harmful theology, of violent theology that tells them they are only loved, they are only welcomed at the table of love if they do the right thing, that tell them that they are born sinners. We wrap them in love. May they be released from harmful theology, from violence in their hearts. May they find peace and welcome. May all of us find peace, welcome, and love. And I am moved to say that at the dawn of a new year, we must stay attuned to joy as much as we are to sorrow. And so I invite you to reach out to the pastoral care line whenever you have a joy to share. A new job, an exciting milestone in your life, a birth in your family, or another joy for us to lift up and hold together with you. You are invited to say the name of someone you are holding in your heart right now, someone who is struggling, who is in need of love and care. Please write their names into the live chat or speak their names out loud into this sacred space now. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find more ways to be more loving. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest for a moment in holy gratitude, surrendering to a mystery beyond ourselves. We ask forgiveness for our mistakes, for those moments where we have been selfish or thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer grace. We forgive ourselves. We forgive ourselves. And we forgive each other. We begin again in love. Let us calm our bodies and our minds. May we breathe in peace and exhale love. We relax now into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the land, giving love the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
We are in the midst of an era of growth for our congregation. The last 5 years of pandemic and wandering the wilderness of worshiping in an office park were challenging for us. And now we are well into our building a new way era. As we head into another election year, yes, we know we're going to need each other more than ever. We're going to need spaces like these more than ever to come and return to recharge, to redraw from the well, pulling from the well what matters most to us. And as the world becomes increasingly complex, distorted, expensive, lonely, we will still need a place that inspires our minds, enlivens our spirits, and deepens our connections. Yes, it's an election year. To quote the famous children's book, Going on a Bear Hunt, as much as we might want to, we can't go over it. We can't go under it. We can't go around it. No. What is it? We have to go through it. But we can go through it together. Some of our most inspiring programs and ministries from the last few years in this growth era have come out of a special fund for growth called Growth Initiatives Fund. This is how we have supported some of our ministerial interns, including me, back in 2017. This is how we support the ongoing work of Courtney Brooks, our wonderful Pilgrim Gallery coordinator, who we will hear from next week right here at our Sunday service. We are thinking now about how to get our life-saving message of religious freedom and radical welcome out to more folks across Atlanta, although people may be really already helping do that for us. Right now, we did call the news. Hopefully they'll come. But we are considering how to get our message of radical welcome out to more folks in Atlanta and across the Southeast through podcasts, through other forms of connection, none of which are completely free. We will spend this year deepening connections with some of our newest members who have joined UCA over the last year, who are planting deep roots here with us. All of these ministries will serve UCA today and into the near future, into this Building a New Way era. They are initiatives that will help us grow and thrive now and tomorrow so that we stay vital for us, for this year to make it through, but also for the congregation we have yet to meet. So please give now to our Growth Initiatives Fund, which has no income of its own. It's not a part of our general operating budget. It is separate, and we need to pour our love and our financial support into this fund to revitalize it, to renew, to deepen our precious and beloved congregation we love so much. So please give generously today so we may carry on this trajectory of growth and vitality in a time when we all will need it the most. This morning's offering will now be given and gratefully received.
It's like when you take the comforter out of the dryer, put it over your shoulders, right? Mark and Ann, I can't wait for your album. They're not making one, I'm just saying it out loud until maybe they do. Let us join together in dedication of the offering to the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community. We dedicate our lives, and these are offerings. Thanks, John.
In 2019, the Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama's exhibition came to the High Museum for a few months. Does anybody remember that? The work that stuck with me the most was her piece, Infinity Mirrored Room, the souls of millions of light years away. The High Museum described it as an immersive environment that fosters an out-of-body experience, heightens one's senses, and produces a repetitive illusion through the use of lights and mirrors. Similar in appearance to stars in the galaxy, hundreds of LED lights hang and flicker in a rhythmic pattern that seems to suspend both space and time. The visitor, that's you or me, then becomes integral to this work as their body activates the environment while simultaneously vanishing into the infinite space. This installation creates a harmonious, quiet place for visitors to contemplate their existence, reflect on the passage of time, and think about their relationship to the outer world. Now, the actual experience was one of being rushed through after standing in a 2-hour line sometimes, or keeping track of wayward children who were trying to break everything, or suffering through various people's desires for selfies. But I remember 2 opposing feelings rose to the surface for me. Even in those precious few moments of full presence, I was both enchanted and intimidated at the same time. I wanted to stay forever. I wanted to exit as quickly as possible. I mean, that's all I needed, really, was to be faced with a million me's. There's a desire to flee in those moments from the image reflected back to you, the image of you. But this is the truth, isn't it? There is space, the eternal, and you. You are there too. You are made of stardust. You are connected to the infinite. You are beloved and beautifully made. I did not say perfectly made. Not perfect. You are in formation, always forming, no matter your age. I mean, this is what we mean when we talk about transformation. But if you are to grow, to change, to adapt, and transform throughout your life, well, you must first look into the hall of mirrors. We have to see ourselves more clearly, not only in our own reflection, but in the eyes of others. Now, imagine this room of mirrors, but this time each one is held up by all of your acquaintances, your colleagues, your family members, your children, the strangers you encounter along your day, all holding in their hands little mirrors to show you a more complete image of yourself. And I know others exist in their own right. They have thoughts and feelings that also have nothing to do with you. But what I mean is that other people are the means by which your self-awareness is tested. The truth is, we never really leave the sandbox. In relationship, we tussle, we play, we connect, we get hurt, we learn, we adjust, we grow. Have you ever known anyone who was a mindful, meditative person with love in their heart for humankind in general? But when they encountered specific humans, they were often domineering or self-serving or just unattentive to the cause of justice or the suffering of others in their midst. I mean, the fact is, you cannot be rude to your waiter and expect to reach enlightenment. The work of I'm joking, but I'm very serious. I'm serious. The work of self-knowledge and awareness is measured in terms of your relationships. This is really not an epiphany of the self spinning out into space, but one that is centered in community right here on earth. One of the first things the Buddha did after his awakening was to form a community, a sangha. Originally, it was composed of monks, but later included nuns and lay people. As time went on, a large and well-organized community of followers formed, who all lived a middle way lifestyle, neither indulging in sensual pleasures nor tormenting themselves with strict austerities. The Buddha instructed these followers with discourses on his teachings, which they memorized, as was custom in the pre-literal age, guiding them in ethical behavior, training their minds through meditation, and helping each other develop insight. The adventure towards self-awareness is never done alone, and it never ends. Gibran wrote in The Prophet, "The soul walks not upon a line, neither does it grow like a reed. The soul unfolds itself like a lotus of countless petals." I'm here to tell you therapy can offer helpful reflection. In fact, it's a part of that self-awareness work. The therapeutic process is not one linear experience. It's not a race to win or even a singular wound to heal from. It is a journey without end. Like the labyrinth many of you walked in this room last Sunday, you always go deeper, strengthening your self-awareness, noticing how you respond and react. Then this awareness opens possibilities to respond differently next time. To notice if you become annoyed or dismissive, fight or flight, or if you pursue something that is not pursuing you in return. The Buddha organized his journey within around eradicating 3 toxins of the heart and mind: greed, hatred, and delusion. That was the greatest toxin. The delusion that society is more stable than it actually is, or that balance will somehow be achieved without our action to make it so. Or the ways racism, sexism, homophobia, and oppression can delude our ability to see and know even our true selves and our capabilities. The New York Times culture writer Melissa Kirch has a special policy on New Year's resolutions during this time, this season of self-reflection, that they should never be too punishing and they should also never be too grand. We often use a resolution as a cudgel, as a method to get ourselves back in line, a means of eradicating the parts of ourselves we don't like. David Sedaris, the writer, has written about how every New Year's Eve he had watched his mother scribbling furiously on a bunch of index cards. And after her death, he discovered that she'd written the same thing on each one: be good. That's a good encapsulation of all resolutions, isn't it? Be good. Resolutions tend to be freighted with the implication that the way you are now is not good, or at least not good enough. And in fact, when I did engage with some of the protesters down the street, that is also what they told me, that we are not born good. We are not good. My resolutions are typically of this variety: self-criticism disguised as self-improvement. This is a lovely alarm that's going off, and I'm just going to, wow, they're like everywhere all of a sudden. Something, yeah, I know, there's some kind of, I know. Like, I'm going to wait just a second till that. Happy New Year! I know. So my resolutions are typically of this variety: self-criticism disguised as self-improvement. If your resolution seems architected by someone who doesn't like you, there is still time to reconsider it. And time is an important feature of this renewal business. We think it all comes down to one moment, one strike of the clock at midnight. Now, I don't know about you, but typically by the time I arrive to New Year's, I am worn out by all the holiday planning, feasting, arranging, and I arrive to the new year, the end of the year, incapable of meeting the pressure of a single moment. I don't always make it to that threshold, and in fact, this year I slept right through it. But I think of the new year not as the single slam of a heavy door, but instead as a long corridor, a passageway one walks through, sometimes tiptoeing, occasionally on piping hot coals, sometimes just wandering into a mysterious, darkened future. And I have come to embrace this deep winter time as a whole New Year season, from the winter solstice until the lunar new year. So I just want to give you some spaciousness and relief of time right now, if you don't have it figured out yet. It's okay. At the winter solstice, I take time to write down who I've lost and what I've left behind in the previous year, wind at my back, slowly gathering momentum. Since 2020, I've noticed more losses each year. And then I slow it all down for about 6 weeks, spend the short days lingering over a warm drink, light candles against the night, notice the winter light of a languishing sunset or a creeping sunrise. I observe the stars and planets twinkling out there, persevering in the deepest dark. Submerge my body in warm water as much as I can. Find moments of ease and depth amidst the muscle tension that comes with cold temperatures or the pressure for a perfect holiday tradition. Release what needs to be released somewhere around now, early January. Name it out loud with a witness. Around the fire works best, but you don't need it. Notice and observe a while. Where are you? What is needed? What poetry and songs are people sharing in their year-end lists? What stories are they telling about where life is taking them, where it's taking all of us? Travel if you can and become inspired by someone else's interior design or life choices. Root down into some kind of a daily practice during this 6 weeks, be it yoga, journaling, breathing, meditation, running, hiking, but do it every day, from solstice to Lunar New Year if you can. If you can do this, I assure you, towards the end of January, something will call out to you. A word, an animal maybe, a skill, a belief, a relationship, a risk, a change. Something a little scary, a little confusing. Shore up support within. Yeah, do those personality inventories. Reflect with a therapist. Pray if you do that. Gather strength. By the time we hit the Lunar New Year, it's like you have brewed a potion of intention and power, and you'll know now where you are going, and you'll know what you need. All you'll need then is a little grace for your own discovery process and someone to tell it to. And that's it. That's the whole winter resolution process. And the new intention will be real to you, and you will be ready for it. So, Happy New Year season. And relax. You've got plenty of time. And even as I say this, I know many of us have walked through fire this winter. We have suffered a health scare, a great and sudden loss, a devastating disappointment, a difficult epiphany, or a disorienting malaise. The year turned without our permission, and we may not feel ready to face another year, another election, or the major life transition that may be on the horizon, or the total solar eclipse coming in April, or the monumental work that is ours to do. So it can be nice to have a survival guide. How to have a good year. Annie Dillard writes, "How we spend our days is how we spend our lives." So, what makes a good day? Again, a day consists of hours. So this is really about how you spend your time, how you spend your days. My suggestion is to spend the majority of it in real life. Real stores. Real people, real conversations. I mean, the smartphone is a lovely instrument of dissociation. When you can't muster the energy to socialize or you'd rather be elsewhere. But it's intruding into our thoughts. It's intruding upon our connectedness without us even realizing it. I mean, you might be surprised, even when I get together with colleagues, Unitarian ministers, how many of them are all sitting at the same table on their phones. The smartphone is an instrument of delusion, and I feel sure the Buddha would have deemed our smartphones one of the 3 great toxins of our lives. And there is much we would rather sleep through or escape if we could, I know. But a good life requires our presence and our attention to see things clearly. Now that you've put your phone down, I feel like there were a lot of phones out today. Hopefully you put your phone down now. Let's think about what our days could include in the pursuit of the good. Okay. This is my thesis. So I think it can include 4 things: pleasure, health, action, reflection. Pleasure. Each day, include a moment of pleasure without judgment, a great meal you make for yourself, a beautiful walk, a good novel, a longer shower. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. You'll never hear me use that phrase. I believe in pleasure. Just a little every day. Health. Each day, give time to attend to your wellness. Perhaps today you make that eye doctor appointment, or you splurge on the good lotion. You go to the salon that offers the hot towels with your shave. You buy the insoles today. You go to therapy. Attend to your wellness every day. Action. Each day, you take some kind of action to protect democracy. You do something to bring about justice. Each and every day. Yes, you can clap. Do it. Each day, you write an email to your congressperson, or you help someone research their source a little better in the service of truth. Truth which is under greater assault each and every day. If someone shares an article with you, rather than believe them without question, you check their sources, friends. You read past the headline. You think critically. Invite someone to a protest. Attend a school board meeting, although you don't have young children. Action. And finally, each and every day, reflect. look back to reconsider your words and actions. Maybe it's through a journal or prayer time, and you ask yourself the question, how have I been in service to love today? How have I been in service to love, that's capital L, love today? When was I selfish? When was I overly critical? When was I judgmental? When was I stuck in my thinking? These are not resolutions, not really. This is a practice. I'm talking about a practice. And the good news about a practice of self-awareness is that if you get it wrong, it's just practice. You try again. That's why they call it a practice. The year is unwritten. Anything can happen. Don't make the possibility of great triumph into an absurdity. Maybe Mark and Ann will make their album this year. If we joke about it, it may become true. Think grander, dream bigger now. The possibilities of this year are as infinite as a room of mirrors, where you can see yourself as a source of beauty and possibility, as someone who has done wonderful and terrible things and is still in formation, who still has more to learn, who can receive honest feedback with grace and use it to walk the path of the soul and say, I have not found the truth, but I have found a truth, and that is enough. Amen.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Please rise in body or in spirit. Though below me I feel emotion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing
You are invited into days of pleasure, wellness, action, reflection. May you see yourself clearly and reflect on how you spend your days, which is how you spend your life. And may these moments of reflection bless you, bless your life, deepening your practice of living, and giving you strength for whatever comes next. May it be so.
I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on. Breathe the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my seventh song. I was born upon the fathoms, never Happy New Year, everybody. Go in peace.